2011 yılında başlayan Arap Baharı bölgedeki pek çok ülkeyi etkiledi. Bunlardan biri de Libya. Ülkede sular bir türlü durulmuyor. Libya bugün fiilen ikiye bölünmüş durumda. Bir tarafta Birleşmiş Milletler, NATO, Avrupa Birliği gibi kurumların resmi olarak tanıdığı Ulusal Mutabakat Hükümeti, diğer yanda ise başına Khalifa Haftar'ın çektiği Libya Ulusal Ordusu var. Peki yaklaşık 20 yıl Amerika'da yaşadıktan sonra 2011 yılında Libya'ya geri dönen Khalifa Haftar kim?
Khalifa Haftar was born in 1943 in the eastern Libyan town of Ajdabiya, south of the coastal city of Benghazi. At age 18, he started a military academy in Benghazi, the country's second most populous city. At the academy, he first encountered Muammar Gaddafi, who started out as a comrade to Haftar before the two eventually came at odds. On September 1st, 1969, there was a military coup in Libya. A group of military officers led by Colonel Gaddafi, then 27 years old, overthrew the pro-Western King Idris. Then busy undergoing medical treatment at hot springs in Bursa, Western Turkey, Idris was caught off guard. Abolishing the monarchy, Gaddafi immediately declared his authority. Haftar was one of the members of the Free Officers Movement, which carried out the coup. Haftar rose rapidly in his career, becoming one of Gaddafi's most trusted men after coming to power through the coup. One notable detail of Haftar's career was that in the 1970s, he went to the Soviet Union to undergo military training. In the 1980s, however, relations between Gaddafi and the Western Bloc were growing worse. At that time, the US media claimed that Gaddafi was giving support to terrorist groups around the world. The tension between Gaddafi and the West grew worse and worse with each passing year. The tension sparked into a hot war in Chad, Libya's southern neighbor. Chad was a flashpoint in the region for its uranium resources and valuable mining reserves. Hissène Habré, dubbed Africa's Pinochet, came to power as a result of a 1982 coup in Chad. Habré took a harsh stance against the opposition in the country, but he pursued a coherent policy towards the West. As he was uncomfortable with Habré, Gaddafi launched military operations in Chad. Haftar commanded the Libyan army. This duty was a turning point for him. In 1987, Haftar and nearly 700 soldiers were captured in clashes between Chad and Libya. This incident marked a watershed in Gaddafi and Haftar's long-standing friendship. Gaddafi did not protect his general. In the eyes of some, Gaddafi saw Haftar as a rival. Some also claimed that Haftar had disobeyed Gaddafi's orders.
Kaddafi'nin terk ettiği Hafter'e ABD sahip çıktı. CIA, Hafter ve adamlarının çatta kalmalarını sağladı. Hafter artık azılı bir Kaddafi muhalifine dönüşmüştü. Ancak Hafter'in çat günleri ülkenin başına Kaddafi yanlısı bir hükümet gelince sona erdi. Hafter için yeni rota artık ABD olacaktı.
In 1990, Haftar took up residence in the U.S. state of Virginia with nearly 300 of his soldiers after gaining asylum there. Haftar and his soldiers became U.S. citizens. The Washington Post described Haftar and his soldiers as an opposition group based in the U.S. Haftar lived in a house very close to CIA headquarters in Northern Virginia. Haftar was financially comfortable and even belonged to a local country club. During his time in the U.S., Haftar cooperated with the CIA on attempts to overthrow Gaddafi. When the Arab Spring began, Haftar's U.S. adventure ended. In 2011, Haftar returned to his country when the fires of revolution in the region spread to Libya. On October 20th, 2011, after ruling the country for more than 40 years, Gaddafi was lynched to death by a rebellious mob. On February 14th, 2014, Haftar announced that he had seized power. However, his coup attempt failed. But Haftar didn't give up and went on to collaborate with various militia groups in the country. After establishing his own assembly in the northeastern Tobruk province, with every year, Haftar expanded his area of domination.
Peki Libya'da son durum ne? Ülke pek çok uluslararası aktörün de dahil olduğu bir iç savaşın tam ortasında. Libya yapılan işbirliği anlaşmalarının ardından Türkiye'nin de gündeminde üst sıralara tırmandı. Cumhurbaşkanı Recep Tayyip Erdoğan her fırsatta resmi muhatabın meşru hükümet olduğunu vurguluyor.
Ülkenin meşru hükümetine karşı darbeci bir general tarafından başlatılan saldırılara en başından beri karşı çıktık. çeşitli Avrupa ve Arap ülkeleri tarafından desteklenen darbeci generale karşı mücadele yürüten Trablus yönetimine her türlü desteği verdik, veriyoruz.
Besides Turkey, other states, such as Qatar and Italy, support the legitimate government of National Accord based in Tripoli. The UN, NATO, and the EU all stand with the legitimate government. The Tobruk administration, headed by Haftar, still seeks to impose its legitimacy. In recent years, Haftar has visited many countries. Stepping up his campaign in eastern and southern Libya, Haftar has besieged the capital, Tripoli. With about 2/3 of the country's population, Tripoli is the main target for Haftar. Haftar has been trying to occupy Tripoli since the beginning of April 2018. Countries such as Russia, France, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia unconditionally support Haftar. Moscow also provides diplomatic support to Haftar at the UN Security Council. Haftar's forces also get support from the Air Force of the United Arab Emirates. France and Egypt provide military or logistical support. After the end of Gaddafi's reign, the struggle for domination between French energy giant Total and Italy's ENI led those countries to take opposite sides. The Saudi side supports Haftar politically, financially, and diplomatically. Although the U.S. has officially recognized the legitimate government with its recent policies, it is also winking at Haftar's side. Mercenaries and militia groups make up Haftar's human resources. Madkhali Salafis, Libyan tribes, and public communities established by Gaddafi are on Haftar's side. Mercenaries form the backbone of Haftar's Libyan National Army. Russian mercenaries, Sudanese Janjaweed militias, and Chadian armed rebels are also on Haftar's side. Especially the work of the Russian Wagner Group mercenaries has stood out in recent months. The Wagner Group has been gradually stepping up its activities in the region.
Libya, petrol rezervi sıralamasında Afrika'da 1. dünyada ise 9. sırada. Doğal kaynaklar ülkeyi pek çok farklı güç odağı için cazibe merkezi haline getiriyor. İç savaşın bundan sonraki akıbeti ise merak konusu. Geçmişi karanlıklarla dolu Hafter'in yolculuğunun nerede son bulacağı ise cevaplanmayı bekleyen bir diğer soru.